Once, in a quiet countryside surrounded by green hills and golden fields, there lived a humble farmer named Thomas. Thomas was known for his hard work, but deep inside, he felt stuck. Every year he planted the same crops, worked from sunrise to sunset, yet his life never seemed to improve. He often looked at the rich landowners in nearby towns and wondered, why do they succeed and I stay the same? Maybe life just doesn't favor people like me. He didn't realize that it wasn't fate, it was his habits. Thomas had a bad routine. He woke up late, started work slowly, left tasks unfinished, and spent his evenings gossiping with neighbors instead of planning his next day. He had big dreams, building a better farm, sending his son to school, and owning a tractor someday. But every time he thought about changing his life, he said, maybe next season. One morning, as he sat outside his small hut, an old traveler passed by. The man stopped and asked, "Farmer, you look worried. What's troubling you?" Thomas sighed. "Sir, I work every day, but nothing changes. I'm tired. Maybe I'm just unlucky." The traveler smiled gently. "Do you know how bamboo grows?" Thomas shook his head. The traveler said, "When a bamboo seed is planted, it does not grow for years. You water it daily, but nothing appears above the ground. Yet, underneath the soil, its roots are spreading deep and wide. Then one day, in just 6 weeks, it shoots up taller than any other plant. Life is the same. Growth starts underground, invisible. Your small daily habits are the roots of your future." Then he looked straight into Thomas's eyes and said, "If you want your life to change, stop waiting for big miracles. Start by fixing the small things you do every day." Thomas didn't fully understand, but those words stayed in his heart. That night, he couldn't sleep. He looked at his rough hands and said to himself, maybe he was right. Maybe I need to start small. The next morning, Thomas woke before sunrise. He cleaned his tools, swept his yard, and began working before anyone else. He didn't try to change everything at once. He focused on one habit each week. In the first week, he decided to wake up early every day. It was hard at first. His body resisted, but slowly his mind grew sharper. He felt proud watching the sunrise and hearing the first birds sing. In the second week, he started writing down 3 tasks every morning and finished them before evening. For the first time in years, he felt in control of his day. In the third week, he began saving a small portion of his earnings, no matter how little it was. Even coins added up. Then he started another habit, reading 1 page of a book his neighbor had given him. That single page led to new ideas about farming, soil, and discipline. He realized that every great success begins quietly, one day at a time. Months passed. Thomas's farm began to change. His crops grew healthier because now he watered them regularly and tracked their growth. His animals looked stronger. His home looked cleaner. And most importantly, his mind felt calm. When others wasted time complaining about weather or politics, Thomas kept working on his small daily habits. Soon, other farmers began to notice the change. One of them said, "Thomas, what's your secret? Your farm looks better every season." Thomas smiled and replied, "There is no secret. I just stopped waiting for luck and started working on myself." Years went by. Thomas's discipline turned his small piece of land into one of the most prosperous farms in the region. He built a new house, sent his son to college, and even started teaching young farmers about consistency and patience. One evening, when the sun dipped behind the hills and the golden light touched his fields, Thomas sat quietly on his porch. He thought of the traveler's words. Growth starts underground, invisible. Tears filled his eyes. He whispered, "I was that bamboo. I was growing inside long before I grew outside." Thomas had finally understood the greatest truth of life. Success is not a gift. It's a result of small daily habits, built quietly, one sunrise at a time. If you ever feel stuck, remember Thomas. You don't need a miracle. You just need to start. One habit today can change the story of your tomorrow. This is RisePulse Stories, where every simple life hides an extraordinary truth, because great change always begins with small steps.